Hello, how are you guys doing? My name is Fergus Neal. This is the Ferg Neal Show podcast. Today, holy moly, guacamole, it's one of the craziest podcasts we've done. I mean, I thought the last podcast we did with these boys was the craziest episode we'd done. Absurd doesn't do it justice. I think imagine asking someone a question and then the person answering a completely different question, which is interesting because I mean, if you think like, did you see that Kanye West video on Jimmy Kimmel and then Russell Brand analyzing it? That was fascinating. How Kanye West was talking about social constructs, and that in an interview setting, it kind of does have that discourse of the interviewer asking the question and then the guest answering it. And when the person doesn't do that, often it just completely throws off the social dialogue. I guess what I'm trying to say is a psychologist would struggle to pathologize what these three boys individually share. The name is Aunty Donna. If you're listening outside of Australia and you're not as familiar with Aunty Donna, you soon will be. Get ready for one of the most bizarre 60 minutes of my life. I went into their offices, which is a really cool place in Melbourne. It's like a big building of comedians where people record things and just generally mess about. So yeah, this is a podcast of Aunty Donna. I mean, I can't even preface what happens here because I'm not quite sure what happened in that room and still dealing with that today. But I mean, they're touring currently. They've made an album, which is pretty cool. Sketch comedians who make an album, and they're touring around. You can go to their website at www.auntydonna.com. They're going to Ballarat, Sydney, Canberra, Brisbane, Hobart, Adelaide, Perth, Melbourne. So if you listen to this absurdity and these shenanigans, and I mean, it was fun. There was a dog in the room. It was just generally, it was insane, which is fun. You need some insanity in your life, otherwise you'll go crazy, which is weird. You think you got to be normal to be sane, but often you need craziness to stay on the pedal. Okay, my mind has broken, so I'm going to hand it off to Aunty Donna. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the podcast. This is the Ferg Neal Show. Don't worry, because he will say hello for you. Here we go. It's the Ferg Neal Show.
We always follow Peter
Yeah, you
Singer.
always do. Yeah.
Every time.
Contrast in the intelligence.
I don't know if it's publicity or we have the same publicist or whatever it is,
maybe.
but Peter Singer, usually it's Singer Us.
Yeah.
For
Singer
most
us.
things.
Yeah. And we are here again, like last time, to talk about our deeply controversial views.
On utilitarianism.
yes, and on veganism, and we can't wait for the News Corp to misinterpret what we mean. We're very excited about that.
Well, it's different this time. Well, I mean, the first difference is that we have Mark with us.
Hello.
You weren't here last time, Mark.
No.
The interview really took a spiral after the Peter Singer thing. We went into some deep philosophy and then kind of moved away from comedy. But now you guys are you've made an album.
Yes, we're not Peter Singer, but we are a group of musicians. Sorry, what?
Singers.
Oh, that's much better.
That's. How could you not have been going there?
Why would I think to do that?
Peter Singer.
It's a little
we're a
obvious
singer.
We got to the point.
fair.
We got to the point with our career where we thought we're out of ideas
Yeah,
and we're broken. And we sat down and said, "Why are we doing this?" And when none of us said we wanted to keep doing it, we said it's for us. Like this comedy stuff, it was a thing for our 20s. We're getting to 30, whether we wanted to keep doing that or not. And we all agreed that financially we needed to keep doing it. Okay. So we said, well, let's make an album, put the pressure on someone else to make all the music, make the album, put it all together, and we don't have to really be emotionally, mentally present there.
Sure.
So it's sort of the idea of, can we get another year out of this?
Yeah.
And it was the easiest thing we've ever done. Like, it was just, we spent most of the writing period at home, separate, not really talking, which was great.
Yeah.
Some other people were in here running the music, doing the lyrics and stuff. We came in,
Jokes.
recorded a little bit, and then number 7 on the ARIA charts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What do you want?
Australian ARIA charts, we charted
Australian
above
album.
Kendrick Lamar, Lord.
Did you?
Just to name a few, just to name a few. And
Just to name a few.
so
Kendrick, Lord. You want me to name more?
No,
that's fine.
good,
That's fine. That's enough. Just to name a few. Here's an interesting thought, guys. As we leave our 20s, the world
I've already left.
How old are you guys
enters the 20s.
That's true. I have already left my 20s though.
For clarity, Mark's left his 20s.
now? Okay. How
He's
old are you,
now
Mark?
30.
I'd rather not say.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Brendan, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, so how old are you?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, so how old were you guys when you first met?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
If that's okay.
You met in Ballarat?
Yeah, this
Okay.
off the record,
Sure.
we met.
I'm 30.
Okay.
Off the record, he's 30.
Okay. How come you guys are so touchy about your age?
I'd rather not say.
Okay.
I'm 20.
Just so you know, with Mark, he will reject every second question
Okay.
and then unequivocally answer every other.
That's a weird algorithm.
Every
to approach
even-
life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Every odd numbered question.
Okay.
Ask him a question.
How did you find that philosophy?
It was easy. I just sort of, for me, it's about keeping interviewees on their toes
Yeah, sure,
and just
yeah.
not sort of pandering to
Okay,
sort of
yeah.
them.
So sometimes he'll pander to interviewers.
I'd rather not say.
Okay,
Very
great.
clever. See, isn't it?
Yeah,
clever?
because he gets me on the second question, which is
Yeah.
often the more direct one.
It's the follow-up question.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do often have a habit of answering the second question, though, maybe 5-10 minutes later on.
Okay, that's interesting. So if it comes back up, we'll approach your age.
I'd rather not say.
I think that was the best. That's okay. So that
He doesn't see. This is the thing. You're approaching it like a mathematician.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't approach it like a mathematician. He
Okay.
approaches it like an artist.
Yeah,
Have you heard of Courtney Barnett?
I have.
She's an artist, Courtney
Are
Barnett.
the glasses prescription?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Do you ever roll the dice?
Roll the dice of what?
Just roll the dice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
See
yeah.
what numbers turn
See
up.
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
fucking dog. He just said, roll the dice of what? And you didn't say, I'd rather not say. You fucked it up. You fucked it up,
I
dog.
approach this like an artist. It's not some sort
Maybe-
of algorithm. You just explained that.
Yeah, but you fucked it, dog.
I'd rather not say.
How do you guys How do you guys maintain good relationships for
We
being
don't.
together so long?
We don't.
It's bad. It's volatile.
Okay.
Next
I hate
question.
him, and he hates me, and he hates me, and I know it. And that's when you get to
I
a
don't hate
point.
you.
Oh, well, I fucking hate you. When you get to a point where you are just on this base understanding that everything that comes out of your colleague's mouth is going to infuriate you.
Sure.
You just enter a state of sort of
Peace.
madness
Okay, like
and
Zen
peace.
of-
Yeah, and the madness sort of overflows and becomes
Okay.
peaceful because it's like I know no matter what Broden says next,
Yeah.
it's gonna piss me off so much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
want to hit him.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So like, who dat
you're such a piece of shit.
hates it?
Hate it. But I've transcended that because jealousy, I think, is something to transcend.
Sure. So
Can I-
how did you guys go from like this to making an album? Because like the album did come out of the blue. We had Matt Okine on the show just after he was on your track, and he's got a funny story about he was one of the first people to hear your rap track. They didn't make the actual song,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he said you were mortified by it. So
Yeah.
how do you overcome those kind of artistic difficulties? I don't know if you guys come from a musical background or not, and how do you kind of move from, I guess, because you guys were kind of pioneers in sketch writing, that before that Australia was a predominantly stand-up country. So that's interesting, the first breakthrough to sketch.
We were the first sketch group.
Ever.
Were you the first sketch group
Yeah.
ever?
First sketch.
In-
There was
Really?
no sketch in Australia until we came along.
Yeah, okay.
We wrote our first sketch, I think, in around 1942.
Yeah.
Uh,
But we were the first sketch. No, jokes aside, we were the first sketch group. And we had no other sketch. I can't imagine kids growing up now can
Yeah.
just look to us and say that's how you do it.
That's how
But
you
from
do
when
it.
we were growing up, all we had was the Late Show,
Yeah,
the Carliff
yeah.
program, Skit House,
We had
White
nothing.
Club,
Yeah,
Comedy
there was,
Company.
sketch just
Yeah.
didn't exist.
Well, Working
There
Dog
was
did a bit
no
with
sketch.
the Law Review. didn't
No,
they?
it was nothing. There was
No,
nothing.
no.
So like,
Law reviews.
No.
We didn't
No.
have that.
No.
I would
I think
often
No,
look
it
at.
didn't
I
Like
would
when I
exist.
often
say
look
like
at-
It didn't exist.
predominantly it was stand-up. I mean, there were sketch groups there, but I think mainly
No, there was
No, no, no.
there was
No,
no
nothing.
sketch. So we would look to
All we
things
had.
like Medley's medical review. We'd
Yeah.
look to things like the
that
Melbourne
sounds-
University Law Review.
Yeah.
Skit happens.
We'd look to things like Skit Happens, like
Yeah.
the Comedy
Skit
Company,
Box.
the McAuliffe
Yeah.
program,
Yeah.
the
Sketch
sketches
Sheet.
on McAuliffe Tonight.
Yeah.
Last time going to America, did you get a chance to go on the Alan show? Because remember last year you were ready
Yeah.
to go, and you were jealous about a sketch group who got on there. I can't remember who they were.
the Kooks,
The Kooks.
Uh,
Cookies.
The Clunes.
the
Something
Clones,
like-
the Clones.
yeah.
Yeah, and
good
we
friends
did,
of ours.
and we did an appearance on Ellen. It was amazing.
We so one of the, as you know, as you've said, most of your fans
Yeah.
don't know who we are.
Sure.
We one of our biggest videos online is we mime through time.
Yeah.
So we mime through songs from different generations
But in
Yeah.
a car.
in a car, and we were on.
That feels
And
like
we shot it
a
ourselves.
premise.
We shot it ourselves. And if you don't believe me, I've got the original
Doesn't James
takes
Corden
on
do
my
that
iPhone.
to
Yeah,
critical
Corden did
acclaim?
it after us.
Okay.
He did it after us, and I remember Shaylee. She said to me, "What did you say, Shaylee?"
I said, Lana, I said, Lana, Madison, listen.
Yeah.
It's mine through time.
Yeah, and I said, that's a great idea. I said, Madison, you want to get on board?
My big thing was, if I'm doing this and I'm in the back seat in the middle, that's fine, but can we alternate? Obviously, Shailene needs to be in the driver's seat for every time we do an incarnation of this miming through time or just miming songs in a car, that's fine.
Sure.
But can Lana and I switch between me being in the centre back seat and also or in the passenger seat?
There is power in the centre back, though.
Absolutely there is, but I just think it's fair that we alternate, just to keep things fair. Shaylee, obviously, you need to be in that
I'm
front
Shaylee.
seat.
Okay, well, how did you guys develop these nicknames?
They're not nicknames. My question to you is, how did you develop that wonderful bouffant of hair? Now, a lot of people, when you're listening, you can't hear the haircut of your podcast
It's not that
host.
long. It's not that long.
It's not long. I've got long
You've got a
hair.
bun. I can see
So,
it.
for anyone who doesn't know Aunty Donna, my name's Zach. I've got long hair. That's my thing. I've got long hair. Broden, he's got short hair. Mark, he's got a beard. All right.
Mark's got a nice haircut too, though, as well. You've got to mention that.
Thank you. I cut my own hair.
So, I want to know about your bouffant of hair. Was it a decision or did it just sort of happen?
I think I just let it grow. I haven't had a haircut for a while. Probably since last time I saw you. I think I got a haircut the day before that interview. And that's why my hair was shorter.
Yeah.
And it was kind of this time last year as well. It was like the first day of spring.
I think you look like a poet.
Okay, that's very nice of you.
But did you say, when you say that's the first day of spring,
Yeah.
spring has sprung,
Not yet.
but spring has sprung.
Do you mean, like,
Before it has in the
spiritually or
past.
what?
No, just in the past.
Ah, yeah,
There's
sure, yeah.
over 2,000 years of spring.
Yeah. But I think, like,
3 billion
that was
years.
the 1st of September, so we hadn't actually approached spring yet.
Spring has sprung. It's sprung up again.
Matt, Lana.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Every comedian I've interviewed has warned me about you guys in an interview setting.
What have they said?
What have
Well,
they
And
said?
David
who?
Quirk said,
Who?
do you know David Quirk?
Yeah, I know
he's
David Quirk.
No.
a great Australian comedian.
He's my best friend.
You guys are close?
Yeah, I love him.
I said to Quirky once, I said
Quirky.
Quirky over a beer. I said to Quirky, something about you, Dave. Dave Quirky.
Yeah.
I said, you're great, Quirky. He's a vegan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What
yeah.
did he say about
What
us?
did he
What
say
did that
about us?
cunt?
He said some nice things. Yeah. Matt was more than one who got and chucked him under the bus. Maybe
Yeah.
Zach. But
What did Matt say?
Let me tell you about Matt. He's my best friend.
Zach's rapping was. He said
Very
he
bad.
heard it in a side room, and he said that when you found out that he'd listened to it, you were mortified.
Well, I told Tom, I said, here's some rapping for the structure of the song to pitch it internally.
Yeah.
Please don't send it to anyone. Because I can't rap. That's the joke of the rap song.
Yeah.
And then Tom sent it to every single prospective collaborator on that track and said, but please don't tell Zach I sent you this. And now I find out they're doing interviews.
Yeah, about it.
But some of those interviewees, Matt O'Kine,
Sure.
my best friends.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
You're
Just a
close with a lot
friend.
of
It's just my
people,
best
which is
friend.
good,
Yeah. I think of him as a friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm famous now, and
Yeah.
so I so many high profile comedians, right? And it's not about being their friends anymore. It's just about knowing them.
Can you
Yeah.
list a few?
Famous people I know.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, Alex Ward,
Best friend. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's my best
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Ree Down,
Best
Okay.
friend.
Alex was writing at the
Luca Muller,
Yeah. I'm
Best
with you,
friend.
Tim Hewitt.
Best
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, Huey.
So, what was your question?
Do you
No,
guys-
what did Dave Quirk say about us? Come on, keep this interview on track, mate. Come
Let's just
on.
move on to the next question.
No, what did
what
he
did he
say?
say
I
about
want
it?
to
The
know
song
what he
like
said.
Fuckboy.
What did Dave Quirk
I wanna
say?
know what he said.
What did
Dave
what
Quirk
does
say?
the-
What did he
behind
say?
Fuckboy Anthem? What do the ideas
He
come
said he said
from
good
that?
things. I want to hear what he
He
What did he
said.
say about us? Did he say we
He
were
said
bad
that
at interviews?
comedically you can't compare yourself to a group like Aunty Donna because it's 3 guys versus 1 guy.
We'd bash him. We would bash Quirky.
That's
No,
a
no,
bit
no,
fine.
With
It's
a song
different
like
thing.
Fuckboy Anthem, how do you guys come up with
Did he
a
say
piece
we were
like
bad
that?
at interviews?
No, he said you guys were, I think the word was excitable, I think.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
we're very good at interviews.
You guys are really good at interviews. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we are. I think, do you want to list some of the things we're really good at in interviews?
Like
Yeah.
quality.
Staying-
Shush. Listening to the interviewer is a big
Staying
one.
on track.
Staying on
Letting
track.
the interviewer, when
gosh.
the interviewer wants to move on from a certain topic, letting that happen.
This is a true story. When we were in LA once, we were interviewed by Craig Ferguson. Do you know Craig Ferguson?
I think I saw that on your social media.
Yeah, just chucked it up. Said, Craigie, can we take a photo?
He's one of our best friends.
Yeah, you guys are
and he's our best friend.
He loves us. Had us on the show twice. Don't even get me started.
He got off air and he said, boys, he's the best. You are the best interviewees.
Yeah, that's the best
I've ever had.
Wow, that's a big thing.
And he's interviewed Yoko Ono.
Can you believe that?
That's a huge guess. Yeah.
So what was your
Ever
question?
heard of Yoko
Ono?
So fuckboy
stayed in the bed.
So fuckboy anthem.
John Lennon.
Fuckboy anthem. How do you guys come up with a piece like that? Like where does
the Yoko Ono band? Just to name a few.
We did a brainstorming session. We were like, what are the funniest words? What are the funniest words? And the three...
Wacky.
Wacky. Said wacky. We said goofball.
Boot. I thought boot is really funny. I was like, boot, you know.
But he would only think boot was funny in the context of talking about Neil LaBoot.
Yeah, okay. I know who that is.
Oh, he's a superb playwright and funny. This is what people don't realise when they stage LaBoot. They look at the the alleged misogyny.
Oh God.
And they think this is a dramatic writer.
Yeah, okay.
But they stage him, and you know what? LaBoot is funny.
Yeah. Shakespeare's funny. Shakespeare was so funny.
What a lot of people don't know about you guys, that you guys like are very cultured, and you guys have like a theatre background.
Yeah, we're
so
smart.
Why did you guys? But you're genuine. You guys are genuinely really intelligent.
Genius.
Very smart.
So smart. I'm smart.
Yeah, really smart. We chose we're all university trained. So
we have bachelors.
Yeah,
bachelors.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about honey badger.
My girlfriend went to Melbourne
University.
University.
She told me that a couple
She's
times.
so smart.
My girlfriend went to Monash.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah.
She's got a double degree in science and electrical engineering.
That's an interesting dynamic.
She's so smart. My girlfriend. Oh, sorry. What did your girlfriend?
My girlfriend went to uni.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. She went to a solid uni.
And intelligent people surround themselves with more intelligent people than them.
So the other three members of Aunty Donna, are they smarter?
They're more intelligenter than me.
They're so smart.
And my girlfriend is very smart.
Tom didn't finish his uni course.
But do you know who else didn't finish his uni course? Steve Jobs.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. That's on every
Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Never finished uni.
Yeah. Didn't he? I thought he did.
No.
Okay.
He started.
Mark, I think he
stayed on and worked long term.
No. He dropped out. Yeah. He became a butcher.
Do you know I have a friend that's? Do you know I have a friend?
A PhD.
One of my best friends is doing a PhD.
Okay, wow,
about Facebook and Myanmar. It sounds really full on and sad.
Do you know what I say? You know what I call PhDs? But you know what PhD stands for?
What?
Phony horseshit dickhead. That's what I think of PhDs.
Hey,
that doesn't make you smart.
I went to quite a small country university because it had what I wanted to do, and I could have got into Melbourne Uni.
Yeah.
I chose to go for something I was passionate about.
Yeah.
But I in different time, different choices, I could be a really great graduate.
Hey,
of Melbourne Uni.
when you're feeling a bit bored, what do you chuck on? What do you watch?
Usually fuckboy anthem.
You watch fuckboy like sketch comedy. I'll tell you what I watch. Documentaries.
Yeah.
I watch documentaries.
Yeah.
Like
Bondi Vet.
Yeah, that's
Making
a Have you guys met the Bondi Vet?
No, I don't have a dog.
I've never.
What's the dog? There's a dog in this room somewhere. Where's it gone?
That's
I can't see one. I can't see one.
I actually can't see the dog anymore.
No.
We're so good at interviewing.
The dog's asleep behind Mark, and it's Mark's dog.
So, fuckboy, how did you guys come to that? Because sometimes you have really good satire pieces. Like, I watched a recent prank video where you guys were kind of satirising, like, it looked like 15-year-old boys, what they would do when they prank someone, and they keep saying,
Learn to take a joke, toxic masculinity.
Yeah, so we were playing there
we
with...
had Clementine Ford on the podcast,
She's smart.
Yeah, she's very smart.
She's
you guys
a very
are probably...
smart person.
Yeah.
I love Clementine Ford quite genuinely.
Yeah. No, she's really inspirational. Yeah.
Yep, not touching...
I don't want to joke about her. She's really fantastic and does incredible, important work.
Alright, so
genuine.
Fuckboy Anthem. But I genuinely want to know, like, how do you guys come up with an idea like that? So, like, because that seems like a satire piece.
So, well, that was it, yeah. So we came up with the three funniest words, which was fuck and boy. That was unanimous. I put up a bit of a fight.
Yeah.
So we got boot in there as well.
Okay.
And the guys were like, we can't do boot. It doesn't work outside of the context of Neil the Boots works. So we got rid of boot.
Yeah.
So then we were left with fuck and boy. And we thought, well, let's write a song about a thing called fuck boys. And we wrote most of the song before one of us decided to Google fuck boy and realised that it was a thing that already existed.
Okay, you
So
guys
then
seem to predate a lot of big pop culture phenomenons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like sketch. It's interesting that you guys...
First sketch
the
comedians
first.
in Australia.
Yeah.
We were the first sketch comedians in Australia. We weren't the first to come up with the term fuckboy, but we came up with it in isolation. Does
So
that
what is
make
a
sense?
fuckboy to you abstracted from the song? What does that person encompass?
What do you mean by abstracted? I don't know what you mean. I'm dumb. I'm a dumb fucking
No,
fuckboy.
Zach, stop
No,
hitting
I'm a
yourself.
fuckhead.
No, stop it.
I'm so fucking
You can't
dumb.
use big words around Zach because he
Sorry,
gets
Zach.
like this.
I'm
right?
smart.
You need
I'm
to keep
smart.
things.
No,
you
no,
need to
so
keep things
explain.
small.
So explain the word to Zach. Extracted means
Yeah, I know.
when something rises to the top.
Like a bread.
Like a bread or a cream. See, this is the thing. I'm street smart.
Yeah.
I don't know what abstracted from a song
Okay.
means.
Yeah.
But I tell you what I do know.
Yeah.
I tell you, I know the price of bread across the road.
I think once we
I
ran
know
into
with
each
the
other in a
local
bread shop on
coppers.
Sydney Road, genuinely, I think we did.
Yeah, we did. We
think so,
did.
yeah.
And
What were,
I
you,
know.
what were you getting
I
there?
think I was just getting a 6-pack of rolls for a barbecue.
What was
Yeah, a
I
bit of
getting?
bread.
I was probably getting
Remember.
That's-
pie. I love a pie.
It's funny. You go to a party.
Yeah.
You go to a party. I would have expected you to get a different kind of 6-pack.
Yeah.
Beers or maybe cruisers.
Yeah, yeah.
High five.
So, when you guys first started up with sketch, it was 6 months later that you guys went to YouTube. Why? And obviously, like your videos got
Yeah.
to YouTube.
Yes,
Why did you
yes.
guys
We
not
got-
go to YouTube straight away?
Well, we're doing a live show in Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Ever heard of it?
Yeah, I've been to see you guys. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And YouTube came to our show and it sat down and said, "I love what you do."
Well, I didn't say something more like.
At the time, it was speaking in binary, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that.
No, we translate now.
Yeah.
So
I
I
know,
guess
yeah.
I love what you do. You guys are stars.
Yeah.
You're really funny.
But early on, were you guys a success? Like your first festival show,
Yeah.
were there heaps
No.
of people there?
Yeah, we were really.
We have
famous
differing
from the start.
opinions on it.
Did you have to?
Broden's idea of success is different from my idea of success.
What does that
Did
mean?
people come to the show? Not a lot.
Okay.
Did they laugh? Absolutely not.
Okay.
But for me, that has been a constant over our career.
Yeah.
Is that a reason to stop?
No.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
The most important thing with art is to push through even when you are no longer relevant.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
we have never received a review over 2 stars. We have never been nominated for any awards.
Yeah.
And
Yes, you have, haven't you?
No, we're
No.
getting dogged by the industry,
You got a
mate.
5-star review, I'm pretty sure, for the comedy festival.
Oh, we
And
did get that, yeah.
Broden, Mark, I'm pretty sure there's some awards. We're doing this podcast in our office.
Yeah.
There's some awards
I
behind your
faked
head.
them, Zach, to make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah,
I
Sydney
made those
Comedy
awards.
Festival, next to some shave foam.
I made those awards.
Yes,
the
Why?
Melbourne Web Festival Award for Best Ensemble
Oh my
or
God.
Leading Actor.
And there's just a
I
YouTube-
made that at my house.
But yeah, no, that is true. We
Yeah.
won the award for shaving cream. That you will see on our award shelf in our office. Yes, there is a shaving cream tin.
And just a YouTube symbol with no description. or
That was
anything.
when we went to YouTube school.
That's weird. What was that like?
It was good.
Ask me any question about YouTube, I can tell you the answer.
Well, didn't Mark, you shared one of your early videos onto Reddit? That's
Yeah.
how it first went big.
No.
Okay, so what's your relationship with Reddit?
Someone else shared one about Will.
Me and Reddit, we were together about 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Met at uni. And Reddit, I think, emotionally abused me, I
Okay,
would say.
that's
And I wasn't aware of it at the time. I was too
It
naive
was toxic.
to understand. I think it was a toxic relationship.
We
yes.
could see it.
But they helped
Reddit
you
brought
get
out the
big.
worst in me, and I brought out the worst in Reddit, although Reddit was already pretty rotten.
Yeah, okay. It just helped people share different platforms so that you guys became...
Reddit, the social media side.
I'm so sorry, I thought you were talking about my ex-partner.
Okay.
No, so what happened with Reddit was somebody else shared, found out I'm gay. Sometimes
Yeah.
I confuse the
That's
name
alright.
Reddit.
Yeah, I can see how that would happen. That's okay, Mark.
When I was
Oh, this is good.
I was on Facebook.
Oh, say it, yeah.
I was with Facebook
I love this
out
story.
of uni.
I love this
Yeah.
story.
And Facebook went to one school.
Yeah.
Always
I went
makes
to
me
the other school.
laugh.
We broke up during I went to we went to different unis,
Oh,
and
stop it.
Facebook broke up.
Every time you tell this story, it gets better.
I got nothing.
Broden, believe in yourself.
So would you guys consider yourself rappers now after Best Freaks?
Yes.
What's your relationship with Montaigne like?
She's cool. She's one of my best friends.
How did you guys get her to collaborate with you?
I just call her up.
Yeah, we just rang her up
Mont.
one day. She rang us up and she was like, what you guys do is
Important.
important.
Yeah.
It's there.
And I can tell that you're smart. That was another thing.
She
said.
recognized.
That's nice of her to say, yeah.
She recognized what we did existed,
Okay.
and that for us was like, wow.
Yeah.
She was like, I haven't watched your stuff, but I know it's there.
Yeah.
She said, and you guys might know this, I'm a singer. And I'd love to, and
I remember we were like, we know.
Yeah, we know Montaigne.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
that's
Was
it.
that it? That was the actor.
And then the rest is history.
I
Yeah.
love this story.
Oh, tell it.
It's so good. It gets better every time you say
Oh my
it.
God.
All right. So she came down
This next bit's the
and
best.
she recorded the song
Oh,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
there.
Okay, that's pretty.
Just in this room.
For
specific
everyone at
place,
home,
yeah.
Broden is pointing to a
It's a piece of
section
floor,
of the office near the desk
bit of
where.
ripped up carpet next to it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I was there. It was summer, so the heater wasn't on.
We
It
call
was
it
near the
Mont.
heater.
It's a
We're
nice
like
heating
Mont.
as well.
Mont, great job. Loving your tunes.
Montaigne, she's been working on an album, and I can't wait to put in some headphones
Have a listen.
and play it.
Isn't she good?
She's very talented. Yeah.
Have you had her on your podcast?
I haven't. No.
Oh, you should.
You,
Oh,
should-
simply-
you
wow,
simply
yeah.
must.
She's smart.
So being rappers, if you guys had and obviously before a tour, most rappers, I don't know, they kind of talk hype. If you guys had to challenge Cursor 360 or the Hilltop Hoods to a rap battle,
Yeah.
is that even a possibility, or would you guys consider a rap battle with one of those groups?
That's
I'd prefer to have a rap battle with Keats,
Okay, I don't know, Keats.
I would
Gertrude
prefer-
Stein.
I
Yeah.
would prefer to have
Okay.
a rap battle with William Shakespeare.
Okay, this is
With-
the culture coming through against
Yeah.
transcending.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
talking to Melbourne Uni here, and it's a school of smart people. We're smart people.
We're smart
Yeah.
people. We're smart like you, Melbourne Uni.
You say Bless and Esso, I
Yeah.
say Stephen Hawking.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So do you guys look down on Australian rap?
No, we
No,
love
no. We love
Australian
Australian
rap.
rappers and we think they're so smart.
But
Yeah.
I would rather have. For me
Yeah,
personally,
sure.
I would rather have a rap battle with David Lynch.
That's
If you could have a
interesting,
rap
yeah.
battle with 3 people, living, dead, or alive, who would it be?
That's a good question.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And Bliss and Esso.
That's why you're a true Christian.
I'd prefer to just sit home and read a novel.
Okay.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You ever curled up with a good book?
I do enjoy reading. It's nice. Yeah.
I love
I
it.
can read.
I love a quiet Sunday afternoon. I
can
got a
read.
couple of hours free. Do you know what? I'll just slam through a novella.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
just a couple of hours. Like you would read a magazine article. I'll just slam through a novella.
It's funny, we're recording this at the time of the Melbourne Writers Festival,
Yeah.
and I can read.
I've
Isn't
read
that a
so many-
coincidence?
Yeah.
But I imagine growing up, you guys would have taken inspiration from the Australian rap groups. Because when you guys were 21, 22, it would have been Hilltop Woods.
There was no
That's
rap.
true.
There was no rap when we were growing up.
Is this another sketch thing?
There was
You
no
guys are the best
no one
rappers.
never. There was no rappers.
Still
Right.
isn't. There still is no rap ever anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
There is no rap.
and I can read.
Yeah, so how did you guys go from reading to inventing rap?
Well,
I wouldn't say we invented rap as much as there was no rap.
Yeah,
Then there was rap.
okay.
we did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
So what it was basically we have a DJ Tom, right, and he would be DJing parties.
Disc jockey
Disc
He's the
jockey.
one who's... I remember I saw a show of yours and he was in a huge...
tree.
Yeah.
In a huge tree playing
Yeah.
with the discs. And we would just be announcers, we'd be the MCs for the party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we would just be announcing the next song that's coming up or what's going on at the party.
He'd
but
work
we
his
would
way through the
compete.
branches.
We would
Okay.
compete with each other
Yeah.
and we would get more intricate and we'd start rhyming.
I used to say to Zach, "Do it faster."
He would. And actually, the TV
Talk
series,
faster.
The Letdown,
Yeah.
is about us.
Yeah.
It's about Aunty
It was
Donna.
about talk faster, as I'd say. Say the way you're talking is good. Do it faster.
Yeah.
And more intense.
And more intense. And
So,
that's how we...
how you ever doing that now? And that was the first rap.
And the way
How you ever doing that now?
to get a Tom out of the tree, just like
Yeah.
a kitty cat, we just had to get a standard fireman.
So what can people expect from the tour?
Oh, what are we promoting what are we promoting?
Well, I think you guys have an album tour coming out, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
I've got to check that.
the song Fuckboy Anthem.
Get it
So
up,
what is
get
this?
it up.
Can you tell me, what did our publicist tell you we were going to play?
You had a couple dates. Your first one's back in your hometown of Ballarat.
Yeah, we're from
Town.
Ballarat.
Ballarat?
That's
Yeah.
fun.
That'll be
okay,
fun.
cool.
So, were you
Where's
guys
this?
friends at university?
No.
No.
Okay.
We're-
What brought you together? Do you remember the first time you guys saw each
Mutual respect. I
Oh
would
my
see
God.
Broden on stage. What
other?
is
Are you on tour?
Yeah, the album tour. Ballarat, Sydney,
Yeah.
Canberra. The fuck?
Brisbane, Hobart, Adelaide.
Hold on, I'm just gonna
Oh,
see.
wow.
Jesus.
Are we doing Melbourne?
Yeah, apparently two
In November,
shows.
I think, is the Melbourne one.
Selling,
at Max
some of
Wines.
them are selling fast and other ones are not.
Yeah. What are the
Canberra
ones
not selling fast.
Why aren't you big in Canberra?
Perth not selling
I
fast.
think Canberra's got enough going
Those are the
on.
only two.
I'd say it.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh, we're gonna go over there. Who's gonna turn up? It's bloody. The room's gonna be empty except for ScoMo.
Oh yeah. Every time we go, it's a different audience. They bloody topple the last.
Yeah, it's a bloody rotate.
audience.
You ever been to Canberra?
I've been there. a couple
Rotating
times.
Guys.
doors everywhere.
Guys, I got a joke and I need space for it.
Yeah.
When the show, excuse me, when the show went on sale,
Yeah.
the audience said, we don't need more clowns.
Okay.
We in Canberra have enough clowns already.
Okay.
Oh,
Give me space.
I thought that was
They
the
didn't
joke.
finish it. No, that's clearly not the
Give me
punchline.
space.
The punchline's gonna be that.
And the
are in
clowns.
Okay, sorry.
Please,
I jumped.
please give me
It's just gonna
space.
be about. Do you know where this is going?
No,
The
sorry.
clowns are in.
I laughed.
Parliament.
I jumped. I thought it was funny. I'm
And
sorry.
excuse me, Mark. And
You're excused. I've been backing you up this whole time.
I just need space.
Have all the space you need. I'm giving it to you.
Clown.
I'm keeping
Come
Zach
on.
off your back.
Come on, man. Come on.
The clowns
You're in Parliament.
in Canberra,
You're in Parliament.
they're already here.
In Parliament.
That's why I laughed.
And those clowns,
Oh, did you realise what he was saying?
they're working over at Parliament House.
That's good.
That's why
They're
they're...
like children. They're like children.
Who are?
All the pollies.
This is
Zach,
nuts.
they don't get political.
No, you put on the telly and it's like tuning into a grade 2 fight. There are dignitaries up in the top bit. That it's shameful.
So your most recent
That's
video,
what I think.
masturbating in a tent. How did you guys come up with that conceptualization?
We
When-
all.
No, go. I was. Did you want to? Because
No,
I was
you
just
were
gonna.
gonna-
Yeah.
Just tell
When
the
I
real.
was just basically
Do the real story, answer the question.
Yeah, essentially.
I was gonna do like a.
No, but you can do it.
No, I didn't have any idea what the bit was.
Because
gonna
people
be.
who might not have seen that sketch, I guess from the title.
I can play it for them.
You
If
ever?
you want,
Have
is
you
that-
ever?
It might get pulled off.
It might get pulled.
You might get pulled.
You might get pulled.
Just-
Have you ever
Which would
thumbed
be
one
fitting.
out? Have you ever thumbed one out, sir? Do you know what I mean by that?
Do you mean
Have you ever
thumbed
thumbed one out?
in the writing room when you guys first came up with that, or who did come up with that? Was there?
Mark did it.
Did you guys back each other up
Mark
straight
did
away?
it.
Have you ever thumbed one out?
Thumb-
And do you know what I mean
I'm
by
not familiar
that?
by that term.
So
It's
thumbing
an
one
art.
out
Yeah.
is when you.
You say someone, good job.
Okay.
No, it's not.
no,
No,
it's a
you're saying
thumbs
you're saying
up.
to yourself, "Good job," and you're rewarding yourself by using your thumb and forefinger to essentially bring yourself to orgasm.
Okay, I've talked to a sex sociologist on this
Wow.
show. which is
Really?
interesting, Yeah.
What
is
was
it
their
like-
This is a-
That was in Los Angeles as well.
What is it like for a listener to go from Brian Singer
Yeah.
to people that are this smart? Because Brian Singer's smart,
We've
but
had
he's not
definitely-
smart like us.
Yeah, we've had dumber people, I think, on the show.
Than us.
No, just not obviously.
Yeah, of course. Anyone. We're
Yeah.
pretty much the smartest. Ask me any question.
So, what was the first thing that brought you together as a group?
Mutual respect.
Okay.
Bam. There
I
you
thumbed
go.
one out.
Yeah.
When I was in about year 8, I thumbed one out.
Okay.
When I was in a 2-person tent with 3 people, 2 of my best friends at the time,
Okay, why did
Corey
you
and
decide to make
Stephen.
that decision in-
Because I couldn't sleep and I
Okay.
had the most raging erection
Oh god.
that a young boy could have, and this was at a time when, of course, I was masturbating up to 2, 3, 4 times a day. You see.
So he thumbed one out.
So like my regular routine would be wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
You'd masturbate.
You masturbate.
You'd get home from
Did you
school.
have brothers
You'd
and
masturbate.
siblings?
Yes, in the room.
Scott Bonanno.
Scott Bonanno.
Okay, and you guys.
The
My
Chris
brother's
Studios.
Mitchell Kelly.
My
Okay.
brother's Patrick Ruane.
Are your siblings comedians?
Yeah.
They're funny.
Yes.
My brother.
Leno,
performed-
ever heard of Leno and Woodley?
Yeah.
They are his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of medleys?
Like in the musical form?
No, medleys is the Melbourne University Medical Review.
Okay, no, I haven't seen or heard
Well,
of it.
go do yourself a favour. Support the next generation of doctors doing
Yeah.
sketch.
Ever heard of a medley of
My
vegetables?
brother was in medleys.
Is that just like a mixture of vegetables?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
We've been going for 35 minutes. I don't know how you guys are going for time.
Good, we're good. We can
probably
go
got-
forever.
We've probably got, I reckon, like 5, 10 more.
20, 25,
I mean, it's less about our availability and
Yeah.
more about how much your
It's a
audience
nice sunset
can
view.
take.
I
Beautiful.
think that's pretty. But I'm just worried how I'll turn this into an article. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to struggle. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm
Most
wondering
people
how,
do.
Yeah. So,
We've been told.
Well, why don't you just run through some questions and we'll give you great
Yeah, okay, cool.
Clear.
fire
Yeah, okay,
answers,
cool.
yeah. And then you can
Um,
put in funny bits and then you can have your. But
Okay.
they mean this.
So, do you guys ever, because you've been described as an absurdist group, do you ever worry when you write a sketch, before you write it, you think we're being absurd for the sake of being absurd because Aunty Donna has an absurd image rather than targeting a specific goal?
The key is to come in with a joke that you find genuinely funny,
Yeah.
and then portray that in whatever way you feel funniest.
Okay.
I think absurdity is at its best when it's usually based on some sort
Truth.
of real life
Yeah,
observation.
Sure. Yeah. The Mighty
m-
Boosh is a good example of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
most of what we do. Although I would argue that Noel Fielding's luxury comedy is not.
Yeah, that was
um,
almost too absurd.
It lost the
Substance.
ground, the thing that grounds it, which is why I love
Yeah.
Tim and Eric so much, because I feel like the vast majority of their sketches and ideas are grounded in something real and some sort of observation.
Sure.
It doesn't always have to be that, but I think when it is, that's when absurdity is at its best.
Our last live show was set in a high school because
Yeah.
we felt that's something that everyone had been through in their lives unless they were born at the age of 18. And we felt that everyone would know basic characters and we could
Yeah.
fuck with that form
Yeah.
because it was in a place of mutual understanding.
Yeah, because it strikes me with you guys, because I went to a public high school and you guys really seem like the funny guys in the classroom. Were you guys like that?
It's
in
very
high school?
funny you say that because when we have
Yeah.
private school kids come to the show, they say
Yeah.
you're poking fun at private school.
That's interesting.
Isn't
We
it?
tried to make the school. We tried to make it every school
That's
of
fine.
every time.
Okay.
So-
Religious,
So I had.
secular.
Yeah.
It could be any school. So I had people that I went to a Catholic school, sort of
Yeah.
a private school nominally, but not a particularly wealthy one.
Yeah.
And I had people that went to my high school going, "That's Lavala right there."
Okay.
Broden had people from his
Fewbank
from
College.
Xavier,
I'm
Xavier
from
College.
No, I didn't go to Xavier College.
from Xavier.
I went to a
Broden's-
I went to a very public school too. What school did you go to?
Belmont High School.
Yeah, come on.
Did you go to Xavier?
No, I did
It's
not
hard
go
to
to.
Xavier. We're not.
I've
so
never-
All the listeners that
You'll never
This is
admit it.
Australia, because
You'll never
Australia
admit
has
it.
a weird class system in private schools.
I have never cut the head off a chicken for a year 12 prank.
Someone at my school.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
But that's what they did. Do you know that? I'm gonna look that up.
I think they did. Yeah, they egged a couple cars. I didn't know it was that serious.
They were cutting heads off chickens one
Okay.
year.
Anyway, go
We
on.
had our year 12. Half of the students got suspended before the exam because they put peanut butter on a teacher's car and the teacher was anaphylactic.
I'm sorry. Let
It's
me
really full
That's
on.
brutal. Yeah.
let me say there is.
That's a public school.
I don't know if Xavier did. I can't say unequivocally that Xavier did it. What I can
Okay.
say that in 2003,
Yeah.
Parade College, which I'm
Okay.
very happy to stick
Yeah.
Stick into.
stick up to.
It's not too far from here.
They mutilated chickens.
That's pretty
in
crazy.
2003.
That's pretty crazy.
Parade
Peter Singer would be happy
College.
about that.
Peter
Home
Singer
to
would not be happy
Gautier,
about the vegan
Peter
listeners.
Hellier,
The-
and Matt Gelsamini.
Well, you know what? If the day's called Muck Up Day, I'd say they mucked up all
Oh,
right.
they bet their enter scores were rotten.
Yeah.
Next question.
So we kind of answered the absurdity question.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with their answer.
Because I noticed even last time was a different interview because Mark wasn't here. So I'm interested in, like, you guys have, like, amazing chemistry. And you probably, to be serious for a second, like, I think you guys were a very inspirational group in Australia through the way, like, I remember listening to a podcast where you guys were talking about day jobs that you did. I remember you working in a call centre, and I think you were working in a cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark, I assume you're a barista of some sort.
I've done it all, mate.
What kept you going through those daytime jobs? And obviously, like, a lot of comedians do that. Like, did you guys ever think the success would come?
Do you know, I had a music teacher in high school, and his parting words for me, like, I remember it was one of the last big conversations I had with him as I was deciding what to do. I think I'd gotten into drama school, and he said his one piece of advice, and everyone else had been saying the opposite. He said, don't get a backup job. Don't get a diphead.
Okay.
Don't do that, because he said as soon as there is a more comfortable option, you'll take it.
And and you see that happen to everyone.
Yeah.
So
See it happen to everyone.
Yeah.
So I didn't, and I mean that comes from an immense amount of privilege and everything, but I acknowledge that, you know, there are people that need that backup job. They don't have support networks in place.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it. I didn't get the dip ed. I was like, I can always do it. If it all falls apart, I just spend a year getting it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. I didn't give myself the backup. I worked a normal sort of part-time job. And when you're doing a job like that, you want to get out of it. Yeah. So you work harder at your art.
Very, very lucky. Much like Zach, I had parents that were able to support me when I wasn't able to pay my rent and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was always a huge help in the sense that I was allowed to pursue my dreams.
Yeah.
Because when I did completely, fuck up and have zero money left and couldn't afford the things that I needed to survive, quite often my parents were able to help me out. So it's important to acknowledge that part of it, because it's like Zach was saying, some people need that backup. But I think there's also something to be said about the fact that the reason this sort of worked is that the three of us can't really do anything else. Not only is there, we don't have backup plans because we don't know what those backup things would be. We're very lucky to have found each other and discover each other, because we were four originally. And the fourth member could be a lawyer and has gone on to become one.
Wow.
Whereas I don't think that is really in the realm of possibility for us. Maybe it is. Maybe that's shortchanging people. But I know for me personally, I don't have the ability or the patience to stick at anything that isn't in some way creatively based. So I was lucky to find people who I think were similar, because all of us were like, we'll sacrifice whatever it is to make it work. But we didn't know if it was going to work.
Sure.
We just got lucky that it
For
did.
that fourth member, is it like a kind of Pete Best situation where he would enjoy coming back to the group now that you guys are successful?
No.
Okay.
He a lot of people ask that question. I think
yeah.
he left, I always say, he left not because he thought it was going to go nowhere, but because he saw a potential situation where it went somewhere.
Okay.
And he saw that was no easier than... He saw that still wasn't easy. He saw that's not necessarily a mortgage. It's not an easy life. I think even if you're successful within it, it's not a hard life compared to certain jobs, but it's not an easy life. And I think he saw that he didn't want to do that. He wanted to have a job and a nice home and a partner and a family. Yeah. And he chose those things. And I think that's the thing. The reason we are where we are more than anything else is we were lucky enough to find other people that were willing to put it at number one. Sure. If anyone put it at number two on their list of priorities.
Tazo. I don't know where that dog came from. Tazo.
I was in the middle of a very inspirational...
Sorry.
No, that's it. Just if anyone else put it at number two, then you're dragging, then you're struggling to find the time, whereas that's not what we did, and that's why we are where we are. Not because we're better than other people, not because of anything else, just because we all put it at the same priority.
I think that's a nice way to finish the episode. Do you guys think?
Whoa! Zany! We're so smart!
Almost. Alright, so Aunty Donna, you guys are touring with your album. I'll put the dates in the introduction.
Thank you.
But I'm pretty sure, you start off in Ballarat,
Yeah.
finish off, you can't hear all over Australia.
Finish at Max Watts.
Yeah.
I got 2 shows at Max Watts. I think
Yeah, you've
they
added
should.
some new shows as well.
When's this going up?
Probably in the next few days.
Yeah, because I think they're probably going to sell out the 2 of them. Not
Okay, cool.
not the next week or so, but they will fill
Yeah.
up. So if you do want to
And I'll
come,
write the article tonight and they'll...
and I want to see it on my desk at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Do you have like an angry editor? But they're 20 and wear cool
It's
shirts?
definitely more strict than what it was.
Yeah.
It's really commercialized a bit more.
I just
So-
really love the idea of it's like a
Second?
big...
I'm in my I've got 3 more subjects to an arts degree.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And then doing stand up in the nights.
Yeah, cool. What rooms?
I did my first spleen room.
Ah, how was
Did you have
that?
fun?
Yeah, fun.
Spleens
Yeah.
lovely.
We can't do spleen.
How come? Yeah, why don't you guys do rooms like that?
We used to do spleen like 3 or 4 years ago. We've done one of the hardest rooms in the world is called Leighton Live, and it's on in Edinburgh at the Gilded Balloon, and it's on. Drunk Scots come in, and it's historically known like Kitsoon and Leighton Live, and we in the 4 years that we did Edinburgh, we would do it. And we can get that room really going. We can. It's one of the hardest rooms to do, and we can really get that room going.
Yeah.
We can't do spleen.
Why?
We can't make
It's such a
spleen
great
work.
room.
Because it's split in half and we're so physical.
No, they just hate us. We can't do
They
spleen.
hate us.
They
I
hate
think
us.
it's more because it's split in half.
Yeah.
They can't really see us in the back half.
Yeah.
And there's just no culture for sketch here. Like it's all stand-ups. You go to a stand-up night and you get used to the rhythm of just one person telling you jokes, and then you have 3 fuckheads come on and pretend to be birds, and people are just like, no, I'm not into this.
And even if you win them over, like we're not saying we don't win over audiences, but it's the work is convincing an audience that 3 people on stage makes sense in a stand-up room.
Yeah.
You're not putting work into the material. You're not testing the material. You're not finding out if the material works. All you're doing is going, hey, this is something different, and that's the only reaction you're gauging in a stand-up room.
It's just hard. It's just, I think it doesn't really work, because it's like a night of sketch would suck, and then like stand-up sketch would suck. And like, it just doesn't work.
Have you guys done like Crab Lab or Rochester?
Yeah, we love Crab Lab.
Crab Lab's actually very fun, because they're much looser. And understand fun stuff.
We used to do heaps. We run out of time recently.
We're gonna try and get back into them.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
I think the thing.
You guys almost gone too big for it.
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. We've just developed a different way of working our material.
Okay.
So we write our material in isolation in this room.
Yeah.
And then rather than as a stand-up would go out and hit the clubs. We just perform test shows for people who aren't our fans. Basically, we get like a different comedian's mailing list.
Yeah.
We tell those people to come here for free. We'll give you pizza.
Yeah.
And then we do sketches when they're super raw in front of an audience that isn't particularly warm.
Kind of people who would say yes to a free ticket to a test show. Those kind of people. Scum. And if the scum like it, good people will like
people
it.
That are willing to pay
and it's
$35.
We've just found that is a much more efficient way for us to test it, and we get a very similar result.
Yeah.
As stand-ups do. It took us years to sort of figure this out. It sounds pretty like basic, but we tried doing new material in rooms and stuff, and just we never had enough time to like fully explore the things that we needed to. Yeah. So essentially, we have to like give people a test show that goes for like 45 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes there's older stuff in there that's stronger to get them on side, and then we give them looser stuff because, you know. We're in. Knock. Matt Stewart doesn't knock.
Yeah. Well, can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
How do you guys deal with hecklers as a sketch group? Like, do you guys get people yell out shit at your shows?
No, we've never had. I don't think we've ever really. One time in Scotland, a guy just kept screaming homophobic shit at us.
Whoa, that's heavy.
And we just sort of, it was 5 minutes and we got through it. But usually, if
you just ignored him.
Yeah, well, we were in a sketch where we sort of had to, but...
Wow.
Sometimes you can pull out of the sketch and engage. And we're loose enough and we're in we're in the truth of the situation enough as a group.
Yeah.
But people don't heckle us because most heckling comes from the impression that a stand-up is talking to them.
Yeah.
They think that a stand-up is making it up on the spot and talking to them, so they talk back.
Yeah.
Whereas it's clear that we're putting on little plays.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we get heckles from time to time.
Yeah,
but not like that.
As much as we break down the fourth wall, it's very much we're putting on a performance as opposed to talking to you. Yeah, and that's the biggest difference. So I think people are more intimidated. Not intimidated, but it's just like you don't really heckle an MTC show.
Yeah, sure.
You know, not to say that we're pulling on that level of quality,
that.
because the MTC are an absolute darling.
Yeah,
They are.
See.
The some of their work at the MTC is just superb.
Astounding. It's
some of it's not.
I'm sure there are some plays that aren't fantastic.
No.
No.
Slam dunk every time.
Alright, boys, I gotta go. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah. So it's just that. I think it's just because of the nature of what we do. It's 3 people on stage.
Yeah.
It's loud. Most of the time, there's a fourth wall. It doesn't invite that sort of behaviour, which is why I think we've gotten away with it for most of our career. And when we do tend to get it, we shut it down very quickly.
Yeah.
And then move on, because we have the ability to just shut it down, and then like all 3 of us come together and push through. Move on and push through.
Yeah, cool. Well,
You know.
Broden, Zach, thank you so much for being on the show again.
Thank you, man.
There it is, people. Aunty Donna. Visit the website at auntydonna.com.au and go and see their tour. They're always performing, always doing gigs, always doing shows. Aunty Donna, everybody. Stay tuned for next week's podcast. I've been Fergus Neal. This is The Ferg Neal Show.